Hey guys, it's your boy Davion. Welcome to my channel. I know your boy has been on a bit of a hiatus, but Mercury's retrograde took a bitch completely out. And for those of you who follow astrology and you're into all of that, you know that when Mercury's retrograde hits, anything that's half-assed, especially as it relates to electronics or some raggedy-ass relationship, will disintegrate right before your eyes. So my laptop charger, this motherfucker was like hanging on by the thinnest thread, and Mercury retrograde just came and completely washed out. So for those of you who are new to astrology, if you don't know, whenever you hear about retrograde, go look it up on YouTube, on Google. There's lots of information on when retrograde hits. But this would be the time if you have a raggedy ass transmission in your car, a raggedy ass gas pump, a raggedy ass man in your life. If your edges barely survive the goddamn winter, when Mercury's retrograde hits, bitch, it's snatching all your shit completely balls. One of the purposes of retrograde is to keep us maintenancing everything in our lives, because if we just be lazy and procrastinate and push shit off, then retrograde will make you really regret that. So it keeps us all accountable. Also, I want to thank all you guys for all the fucking love and prayers and support. I am doing really well under all of the crazy circumstances. Now, let's get straight in motherfucking to it. Former President George H.W. Bush passed away, what, a week ago? And can we just have a moment of silence? No. You guys know, because my charger was out, I have not been able to review the last two episodes of the Supreme Queen's Court, but the real CEO of the Maddie Mob is back in motherfucking motion, okay? So we had Lynn Spirit, bless us, what it was, 2 weeks ago. I discovered Lynn like a few months ago. I had seen Lynn's material shared on Facebook throughout the past 2 years, but I had never really personally gotten into Lynn. But something happened and I just kind of wound it up on Lynn's channel a few months back, and I absolutely fell in love with Lynn Spirit. Lynn is a non-gender, non-binary conforming individual, so he doesn't mind being referred to as she, and she doesn't mind being referred to as he. I am in fucking love. Lynn Spirit was really great. Super fucking natural personality. You can tell Lynn wasn't trying at all. Lynn wasn't overly drunk and inebriated. Lynn was just really relaxed and really fucking silly, and I just lived. It was a really, really, really good show, and there's just something super genuine about Lynn that I really can fuck with. I just love people who radiate, you know, such a kindness and such a openness. And I know that people like Lynn get their share of being marginalized and being made fun of and teased in this really fucked up, stupid ass, dense society that we live in. But I'm so glad that people like Lynn exist. And I know that Lynn is an inspiration to all people who feel like they're being othered in this world. Whether you're gay, whether you're considered a fucking freak, whether you're some, you know, unique, eccentric, weird person who marches to the beat of your own drum, but people try to make you feel really bad for being who you are, and they try to change who you are. Lynn is the perfect example that living in your truth and standing in who you are, there is excellence and there is success in your authenticity. You know, Lynn has over, what, 200-something thousand subscribers on YouTube, and, you know, has a name for his or herself, and you know, it's being sponsored by wig companies, and, you know, just moved into, you know, his or her own home. I like referring to Lynn as his and her. This is my his and her, bitch. You know, his and her home, and it is a beautiful fucking home. And I'm just proud. I'm just happy, and it's just another victory for Team fucking Weird. And I'm a proud motherfucking member of Team Goddamn Weird. So I love Lynn. Our next guest was Cortez 1656. And it was definitely a snooze fucking fest. Cortez definitely brought the look. I love the aesthetic, love the fucking shades. There were some cute moments in the show, but ultimately, Maddie ended up just carrying the fucking show. I think I heard through the grapevine that it was really due to liquor and alcohol. And I done told Maddie, stop giving your fucking guests liquor, baby. Stop liquoring these folk up, girl. There's like a preliminary period when you do the Supreme Queen's Court, because even with me being invited to do the Supreme Queen's Court, I will have to be there a day early to rehearse with Maddie. And so I know that the guests get like a lot of time with her privately and personally. And there's lots of food, there's lots of drinking, there's lots of shenanigans going on prior to actually coming online and doing the show for you guys. And in this time where people just cutting loose, getting their makeup done, getting dressed, just being social, this is when people are sipping away. And by the time they sit down in the bench, they're completely fucking zapped. So I'm gonna need Maddie to just, you know, set up, you know, some boundary, because we really enjoy you having guests on the Supreme Queen's Court, and we really do be looking forward to the people who you announce will be taking part in the bench, you know. And so we don't need them, you know, to be drunk up out of their motherfucking minds. Hand these hoes a cup of yak, you know, when the show actually starts, girl. So they'll be drunk by the time the after show goes down, and then they can, you know, say some controversial shit that'll put all y'all motherfuckers in the headlines and have hoes beefing and going bald, just like Tamar Braxton did when Funky Dineva hit the last goddamn after show. But you know, that's here nor there. On to the next. Funky Dineva calling Blue Ivy ugly. In one of the live shows that T.S. Madison and Funky Dineva did, during the commentary, Beyonce came up, and in this commentary, Funky Dineva went in on Blue Ivy, insulting the way that she looks and calling the little girl practically ugly and unattractive, and that she pretty much should be happy to be Beyonce and Jay-Z's child, because, you know, her looks really wouldn't get her too far. I guess Funky Dineva wouldn't know a lot about his own looks not getting him that far either, which is why he has to always be braggadocious about all of the goddamn degrees he has, because his intelligence will be the only thing in this particular world that will get him through the door. I thought it was completely classless, tasteless, ratchet, and just downright evil. When Blue Ivy was younger, Blue Ivy looked at like a cute little golden graham cracker. You know, she was a cute little golden graham. And now that she's older, I think she is a beautiful combination of both Jay-Z and Beyonce. And because she's a little girl, she has more of Beyonce's features than she does Jay-Z's. Actually, Blue Ivy a lot of times reminds me of Beyonce. Like, if you put up Beyonce's younger images alongside Blue Ivy, they look like a spitting image of one another. Now, I think for a little girl to actually look like her father, it's actually a positive, because unlike Blue Ivy, the rest of you hoes will need a paternity test in order to figure out the DNA and identity of your motherfucking sperm donor. The nose on her face is her DNA swab, okay? Alright. Not to mention, Funky Dineva, that, you know, let's say for argument's sake, Blue Ivy is not attractive. Let's say she is a hideous little girl. Her and your cockroach looking ass will be not winning pageants together. You both will be in that losing seat together, girl. Funky Dineva critiquing somebody's looks is kind of like chitterlings critiquing another person's fart. It just cancels itself completely. Y'all, like, we just can't do that. Funky Dineva did issue out a apology video, letting it be known that it was bad comedic timing, and he's deeply regretful. A lot of people feel like it was insincere and that Funky Dineva hates black women. I don't think Funky Dineva hates black women. I do think that Funky Dineva is one arrogant mama bitch. And I think that his mouth and his wittiness comes from someone who in some way is extremely insecure about his own existence. And I don't know if that's because of a lack of love from his mother, or if it's his family dynamic, because I've listened to Funky Dineva talk about his weird family dynamic. He really isn't present, or really doesn't feel accepted, or really doesn't really deal with them like that. And I don't know what, you know, the nuance of his situation is, but there is something that is a bit off-putting about Funky Dineva. And now that I'm on him, actually, there was also in that same show, if you watch the show, Funky Dineva really was going super fucking hard on New York and T.S. Madison. Now, New York was about to haul off and, you know, turn his ass into a human life dildo. And he kept insulting T.S. Madison as well, talking about her financial situation, her being a hoe. And Madison had to check that ass playfully, you know, and let him know that, bitch, my money is like this, your money is like that. My house is like this, your apartment is like that. And I do think that he likes Madison, but I also feel like Funky Dineva does not respect the type of trans woman that T.S. Madison is. I do think that Funky Dineva looks down on sex workers. I think that he does look down on people who have used their bodies. I think that, and this might just be a part of his own conditioning and his own traditionalism. You know, I don't know where his tiff comes from as it relates to that, but there's definitely a thorn in Dineva's gut, and I'm gonna need him to have some little boy off Jack to, you know, fuck that up out of him so he can free himself, because that type of stress looks real ugly and it's weighing you down, Funky. It's really weighing you down, bitches. You're starting to get booed and shit off stage. You know, you're becoming the D-list version of Cat Williams, and Cat Williams is already the F-list version of his own fucking self. So we don't need you doing all that. Clean it up, figure it out, and pay homage to T.S. Madison, because the last motherfucker you should be trying to make the butt of any joke is T.S. Madison, bitch, because she's really the only reason right now you're making money outside of fucking YouTube. And I hope that Madison keeps checking that ass and putting you in your place every time you think that you reside in a residence that does not require a goddamn cosigner and a statement from the unemployment office. Cardi B announcing that she is divorcing her narcissistic fuck nigga Offset. Holla fucking lawyer. I would not be the only bitch going through a divorce in the season. Hello. I am so glad to be in the company of great, beautiful, successful women and men who would be getting rid of the dead goddamn weight in their life for 2019, because the good Lord knows we have all been through quite a motherfucking up. And I don't know if Offset would be better called Upset, because Offset keeps upsetting all of the beautiful black women in his life. And you know, Cardi B, I applaud her for finally getting to her fucking breaking point. And if you guys notice, I've spoken a lot on Cardi B on my channel, but I have not really spoken about her relationship, because I know that when it comes to matters of the heart, you know, this is it here? Oh, I don't have one anymore. That those things really have to happen in their own time. Even when my friends and my clients come to, because I'm a spiritual advisor, when they come to me about their relationships, I never talk people out of their relationship. I don't give a fuck if the man done cheated, lied, impregnated 4 different bitches, including a midget, and, you know, married another hoe just to get her over here because she didn't have a visa. That staying with this man and figuring out what this experience really means to you is kind of the route that I take in transitioning out of my own relationship. And as you guys know, I started a series about narcissism, and there is definitely some really in-depth videos that I have to upload on my channel to complete that series. But just to piggyback a little bit off of Cardi's situation, I stayed with my nigga until I was genuinely ready to go. I didn't leave him because he was a liar. I didn't leave him because he was broke. I didn't leave him because he was lazy. There were a bunch of fucking justifications I could have used to say I deserved better, but ultimately, you can't move on until your heart is done. This could be done all they want to. This motherfucker still beating for that bitch. And no matter how done you is upstairs, downstairs is where it's gonna be at. Offset was in the comment section of Cardi B's live, and he was saying, okay, y'all have won. Basically saying, you know, the public, you guys wanted this. you know, you guys have been attacking our relationship and you guys have been making it hard for us to be together. But nobody made it hard for you to be sticking your dick in strippers, Offset. The public had nothing to do with you strategizing and planning on having menage a trois, you buying fucking plane tickets and purchasing Ubers for bitches to transport themselves to your hotel. You know, the public didn't have anything to do with the shit that you were doing to Cardi B. And mind you, the shit that Cardi B has went through with Offset this is only the shit that has been public. God knows what the fuck Cardi B has been experiencing in private, because we know that Cardi B has done really well to protect her relationship. Imagine how many times Cardi B must have went through this nigga phone and saw dick pics, pussy pics, asshole pics, titty pics, all type of motherfucking pics. So I'm sure that, you know, her index of sins committed against her in this relationship are super fucking thick. And I can tell when she spoke about divorcing him that it seemed to have come from a place of peace and a place of completion. So I do hope that Cardi B is fucking done. And she just deserves so much fucking better from some half-ass, skeletal dreadhead, peanut butter built body ass nigga. And hopefully she'll have a lot more peace in her heart and she will be able to refrain from knocking Nicki Minaj upside her motherfucking head, because she don't have all this extra animosity going on in her private life. Next subject. Speaking of Nicki Minaj supposedly has a new man, and this new man is a convicted fucking rapist. Supposedly he was like 16 when he raped another 15-year-old girl, and he served some federal time for some other charges, including that one as well. He's the stereotypical toxic masculinity that really ratchet, hyper feminine, broken women like Nicki Minaj, who idealize hyper masculinity, would typically go for some ex-con, big bank, young Gotti ass nigga. And I'm just trying to understand, like, why? Like, I understand not judging people based upon their past, but you are a public figure, Nicki Minaj. You have a motherfucking brand, Nicki Minaj. Your brother was just indicted on rape charges his fucking self. So who is this man, Harpo? Who is he? Is this your little brother's understudy? Is this the nigga who taught him everything that he fucking knows? Like, who is this man? And why are you with him? And after being with Meek Mill, haven't you gotten tired of these relationships to these, like, hip-hoppity ass street niggas? Like, what trouble do you think this is not going to bring you? Like, you see what's going on with your homeboy Tekashi 6ix9ine. You see Cardi B ass in and out of the goddamn courthouse, and you're gonna sit here and be in a whole fucking relationship to a convicted felon. Girl, I don't mind you fucking this nigga on the side, because, you know, we can't discriminate when it comes to good dick. You know, whoever got it can get it. But in terms of a relationship, I would think that you would set the bar higher, especially considering the caliber of your social status and your existence at this time. I do not see this going well. Honestly, I'm a little bit scared for Nicki Minaj. You know, these type of niggas, they don't leave prison in prison. They bring prison back out into the real world. And I would just hate for Nicki Minaj to be with somebody who has done so much foul play in life, girl. Like, you know, I just don't need you accidentally getting shot by a bullet that was meant for him. I don't need you accidentally getting hit in the head with a bottle because y'all in the club with some niggas that he's beefing with that you don't know about. I just don't need to be hearing them type of headlines. So you all need to be praying for Nicki Minaj. I don't know if her submitting over 16 songs to the Grammys that did not get picked up as nominations has prompted her to pull some type of a fucking publicity stunt, because we know that Nicki Minaj is a fucking attention whore. And of course, Cardi B is nominated for like 5 different goddamn categories. She's probably gonna win some of those categories. And so I don't know if Nicki Minaj is just like going fucking ballistic in her fucking head and she just done lost all her senses and this is her short-circuiting. But somebody on her team need to get her ass together, and maybe Cardi B need to aim a whole lot better and make sure that this goddamn heel makes contact, because something is not clicking in Nicki Minaj's head. Something's missing. Something's missing. Siri download. Siri download. Siri. Skynet download. Like, this bitch is literally malfunctioning. So prayers to Nicki Minaj, but girl, no. Justin Jay recently came out and announced that he is HIV positive and he's feeling empowered and he's feeling strong, and he's going to use his status and his platform as a way to continuously inform the masses. And I am personally proud of him. It takes a lot of courage to come out about something that still is plagued with a lot of stigma and still plagued with a lot of ignorance. One of my best friends, Aaron Tisdale, he recently also came out publicly about his status, and he was actually featured in an article where he shared his story, and it was a really beautiful thing. And I have learned so much about HIV from my best friend and a few other people in my circle who are also HIV positive. And so knowing what HIV positive people go through and knowing how much it takes for them to get really comfortable even saying I am HIV positive is it takes a lot. I'm really proud of him, and I'm glad that he's going to be taking his lemons and making lemonade out of them. Hope you guys are having a wonderful December. Early happy Merry Christmas, early happy New Year's, and thank you guys for supporting me and for being so patient and for being just so fucking amazing. I really love you guys. Make sure that you guys comment, rate, share, and subscribe. I also have, or may not have, my PayPal link in the description box below in case you guys want to donate, in case you guys want to give me donations. I know people have asked me for my P.O. box. I am going to go and get a P.O. box. So those of you who just want to bless a nigga with a little gift, you know, a card or anything, you guys will be able to do that. On that note, I will talk to you guys later.